Coming up tonight, politics ignite debate over which candidates electricians will support. In Germany, we discover a robot electrician. We also encounter a man familiar with Gary's solar. The Electricians Challenge introduces a charitable aspect, and the new lighting brand makes its debut at the wholesaler.
Well, welcome to eFix TV, our fortnightly live stream here on YouTube and also over on Facebook. I'll warn you now, we have got a little bit of politics creeping into the stream tonight because we are just over 1 week out from a general election. There could be some major regime change, so we're going to delve into that a little bit, but you might as well, there's people missing, isn't there, Joe?
It is. Again, it's just two of us.
It is just the two of us, so anything could go wrong tonight. We've just narrowly avoided a sound disaster, so hopefully everything's okay where you are. But
I would like to say tonight is the dream team.
The dream team, that's
Dream
it.
team, the father and son combination.
Father and son combo, yes, we can do this, we can. And we've spent a lot of time together over the last couple of weeks because we've been travelling around all over, and we'll delve into that a little bit. The robot electrician we found in Germany last week, is that the answer to our problems? As ever, please put your comments in, even if you're watching on catch-up, because it helps us enormously to drive future content, and obviously we're always interested in everyone's viewpoint, and the eFix audience are not normally shy in sharing their viewpoint. Got a variety of things we're looking at in tonight's show. We're going to delve into what's coming up in the election. We've got a new lighting brand launching. Well, is it new? It might be familiar, but we'll find out a little bit. And we're going to be delving into some of the fantastic work that the Electrical Industries Charity does. And obviously, to help us do that, we have got some guests. I think we can see them across in the green room there, Joe. There we go. Give us a wave there. There you go. Looking very, very nervous there. It's about to come in, but we'll be meeting them very shortly. But before that, let's just have a look at that first. Let's talk a little bit about the election coming up there. So let's have a look. You've got the... That was the thumbnail we put out. Now, obviously, when we're thinking for the election for electricians, I just want to put your personal preferences to one side and just think about what is actually going to be best for the electrical industry. So to help with that, I did put a poll out to the eFix community, and we've got the results of that there. We just tested out which political party do you believe would be best for the business interests of electricians. And just to look at the results there, obviously everyone thinks reform are going to be best there. Well, we'll look at that in a minute, but Conservatives looks like they're out. But I would suggest that, based on national opinion polls, it does look like we will be having a Labour government. Okay, who knows? Possibly reform in opposition. But you got us thinking. I thought, well, let's have a little delve through some of the major policies that might be interesting for our community. So let's just bring in that first slide there, Joe.
Is that the one?
That was the one. So reform basically want to scrap net zero to cut bills and restore growth. So basically they think getting rid of that. Now I actually think that's actually, whatever your opinion, small boats and stuff like that, we don't suffer with small boats here in Skipton apart from the dreaded canal boats and the congestion they cause in the middle of town. But reform, getting rid of net zero, there's a lot of electrical jobs basically going on the back of net zero. So it'd be interesting to think if you think reform could be good, but I can't see anything in their possible manifesto that would be good for them. But to look at some of the Labour policies that are coming in there. Now, obviously, Labour's plan to power up Britain was what they said. And just to dive through some of them, I pulled out some of the highlights. And let's have a look. So, some of the interesting things. Create 650,000 new skilled jobs in the industry of the future in every region and nation in the UK. And then when you delve a little further, they specifically mention plumbers, we'll ignore them, electricians, engineers and technicians. Now, I just asked Gary a little question a little while ago, and I said, well, how long would it take to train some new electricians from scratch? And obviously apprenticeship can run up to 4 years. So they want to decarbonise the grid by 2030 and train 650,000 new skilled jobs. It's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? But but we'll see. Will it happen? But it would be good and a huge opportunity. But everyone says we're always short of people, and if we're going to electrify everything, We need lots of people. Then on top, not only are they going to decarbonise the grid, but build 1.5 million homes over the next Parliament, unleashing growth and putting more money in people's pockets. Now, every political party for years has said they're going to build 300,000 new homes a year. Nobody's achieved it. But obviously, building more homes tends to be good for electricians. And let's just see if that one comes on. And then on top of that, we've got things like a warm homes plan and community energy projects and things like that. So all of this, I would think, is good news for the electrical industry. But, I think whoever gets in, we're probably going to be paying more taxes. We just don't know where those taxes are coming from, and everyone's been a little bit quiet on that. But we also had a little trip last week, Joe, didn't we? Where did we go?
We did. We were in Munich, Germany for Intersolar, weren't we?
Yes, so Munich, Germany, Intersolar. If you look at the divide between the parties, on one side we've got Reform, who basically don't want this net zero agenda. And then on the other side, you've got Labour, who are going to push it quite heavily, and hopefully that'll create growth and everything else. We went to Intersolar, which is now called the Smarter E, that encompasses everything to do with solar. We've got some footage there, John. Let's just have a little look at our little tour there. We could talk through while we go there. So it's a big show encompassing almost everything to do with the solar and EV smart chain. Massive show, filled the entire exhibition hall.
Naturally, we got there 2 hours before it opened.
We did, yeah. We had to be in there early on a mission for the launch of this product from Anker, and we have got a review of that coming up. And this enormous battery, but it's all about, and look at the size of some of these stands there. This was like 2 football pitches there for Huawei stand. So anybody who thinks that this transition to clean energy isn't happening, this show would have changed your mind. It was absolutely rammed, and you even
I won a nice little UEFA final ticket.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, Joe. I don't know how you pulled that one off.
I can't go because I don't have any holidays. So.
No, someone else. If you want to win it, then put a comment in if you want to win Joe's tickets. But huge show, massive investments going in. People just really there. This is happening, and it's kind of, we keep saying this is why we get excited about this industry, because this transition is happening. And it seems I got mugged off there on the food there, and I think
top-notch scran as well.
Top-notch scran as well. Pork knuckle. We can recommend it. But that's it. So we need lots of jobs to deliver that, and we think that's a very good thing and exciting opportunities for electricians. So more houses, more renewables. We'll see. There's people say it's not affordable. Well, solar panel prices have dropped a lot. I think it is pretty affordable. It's an exciting time. But what's the alternative? Not put the alternatives in there, unless of course you work in the oil and gas industry, in which of course is not as many jobs as there used to be, but it's great money. Now, however, there is something on the horizon, because we found a robot electrician, Joe, didn't we? On one of the stands. Let's just have a little look at this. We found this on the weed mower stand. Everyone knows weed mower, famous for their all sorts of automation products and DIN rail terminals. Here we go, stripping a wire. It strips wire, so you can put ferrules on. There's a hole there, don't we? Checking the size of the wire, and it's square.
This is actually sped up, believe it or not.
That was.
In the time it takes for this to complete the job, I was fully trained to be an electrician.
Well, yeah, you could have done on one of those 6-week courses. There you go. So this is one way to get around the skills gap, is more automation, and it's quite an interesting. And this is probably, apparently you could pick up the DIN rail terminals, put them down as well. So, but you're right. What we did find was it's incredibly slow.
Fun to watch, though.
Fun to watch. Great at a trade show. So, what do you think about robot electricians? There we go. But, there we go. Plenty of comments on solar coming in. Well, that's good. We'll see on there. But the Smarter E, fantastic. I would recommend it if you are in thinking about getting into renewables and solar, check it out. I mean, it is a huge show.
So you plan your trip. I'd probably say it's the size of Skipton, would you?
Oh yeah.
It's massive. Skipton's like 14,000 people all spread out in houses, and it's the same size.
Oh, it was immense. It was one, and it was red hot. And if it wasn't for that beer that we had to have at night, then that was the only way we got through. Now you might be thinking, where are Gary and Rick as well? Now obviously we had beer-fueled mission, but Gary and Rick are working very hard in Ireland today. I don't know if you've seen the photographs there. So it seems Gary's had his image put on a Guinness, on the top of a pint of Guinness. That would put you off putting drink. That's a motivational thing they're using in Ireland now to put people off drinking. So if you see Gary's photograph on top of a Guinness glass, and there's some others. Let's have a look. Our winners of our trip to Ireland prize are there. Look at all these lovely people.
Is everyone there?
Oh.
Got yours, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's them.
And then Rick's out there as well, and obviously Rick's working hard as well. He was caught down there with a large tub of butter and some scones. So
Nice,
there
yeah.
we go. So the team are out there. We're looking forward to see what's going on that trip. But yeah, that looks fun. I think we missed out on that one, Joe. We were working hard,
it is. Working too
hard in Munich, and they got around there. But we digress. So let me know in the comments who you think is, it's going to be. We've already said reform is what's best for this country. Well, we'll see. This is for what's best for the electrical industry. It'd be good to get your opinion on there, and we'll see in just over a little week's time who actually wins, and then we'll start picking it together. But however, I've got some other news. So that's time to bring in some guests. Let's have a look there in the green room. It's time to introduce Billy Goodchild from EcoLink and Kate Adamczyk from the Electrical Industries Charity. You can fight over the seat too.
That's all right.
Be careful sitting in that seat.
Breathe in.
So we've had a curry on the hottest day of the year.
Yeah.
But you're both from the Birmingham area, so that's
Yes,
just
yeah.
that's just there. But I guess we'd like to start. Well, before any family tuning in tonight, are we expecting to look for any family names in the comments? Right?
Well, I'm currently getting abuse from my son
Yeah.
on my watch about how not to be nervous and all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
Ah, right.
I put it on airplane mode, but it hasn't worked. So it's still,
Yeah. Oh, good.
abuse
Good.
finds its way through.
Good. Well, if there's anyone
yeah.
in the family watching, we did have a conversation in the careers about meatballs and
Yeah.
who makes the best meatballs in the Goodchild house.
Yeah.
It'd be good to get your thoughts on there. So that's.
We all agreed it was me.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
agreed that,
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah.
We did. We haven't seen the evidence.
We've
though,
never
have we?
tried them, but yeah.
So we always like to know a little bit about our guests. We will, since we've started on your meatballs.
Oh right, okay.
Just a little bit about yourself. 60 seconds.
Okay. Well, I like to talk, but yes, so Bill Goodchild, been in the industry coming on 30 years now. About 9 of those were with a part of a company called New Air, part of Rexel now. And then I spent 16 or 17 years with another lighting company, and I've been with Signify for almost 3 years now.
Right. So a long time in lighting.
Yes, once you're in, you can't get out. It's like the Hotel
Do
California.
you suffer
Yeah.
from lighting neck, where you're always walking around looking up at the roof like that?
I used to, yeah. I think it's, the novelty finally wore off about 12 years in. But yeah.
Yeah, it afflicts everyone in the lighting industry.
Yeah.
It's a horrendous disease.
Yeah.
And right, and Kate, same question to you. Now, Kate, it's Kate Adamczyk.
Well done.
But I keep looking on here, and every time I see Adamski.
Yes, and we can't remember what they sang.
Yes,
so
what did Adamski
if
sing?
anyone knows.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you can come up with the name of the song and a few lines, then Billy's going to sing along. He's assured us he can do that. So. Adamski, Joe, who won?
No, I can't say
You
that.
like
He's
retro
too
bands? No,
young.
he likes retro
Oh,
bands.
okay.
Yeah.
It's retro
It
now.
was a person rather than a band.
Oh, was
I
it?
think, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So there you go. If you know what Adamski's saying, put it in the comments. So Kate, same question to you.
Yeah, so I've been in the electrical industry about 7 years now. I've always worked in trade and B2B, but electrical industry for 7 years. I was with one of the large wholesalers as head of marketing, and then joined the charity 2 years ago next week.
Right.
So, yeah,
Wow. Mm-hmm. So that's a step. So you spent some time at the same company, though, didn't you?
we did, not at the same time, but
No.
we did used to work together as one of our suppliers.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we did. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think. The first time I met you was in a bar in Brindley Place, probably.
That's
Yeah.
very likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll move swiftly on.
Yeah.
Entertaining customers.
Yes,
Entertaining customers. That's what
Yeah.
they call it these days.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll move swiftly on. Let's have a look. The only one. Oh, yeah, I've got Nick Gardine.
Yes, I know Nick. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Always love to see people in there. So
Yeah, he's a good lad. Yeah.
Well, of course. Now, hold on. Before we do that, obviously we've got to test your electrical skills. So you've been lighting along, wholesaling and lighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no installation.
No installation.
Bit of DIY.
Bit of DIY. Do you do your own electrical work?
When I'm allowed to.
All right.
Yeah.
Our audience love that. They love people who do their own electrical work. Take the food off the table.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. So,
Yeah. So.
So if you fixed Billy's electrical work, then please just put in the comments, and we'll do. Kate, you.
I mean, I'm not an installer, although I do feel more qualified after the challenge today.
Yeah.
But I've put some flat pack furniture together, so I can use a screwdriver. That was a good start.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to find out. And of course, everyone at home can join in as well, because you get to gamble on the times. So if you think, and you could win a prize here, if you think Billy did this in 2 minutes 34, you put Billy 2 minutes 34 in the comments. If you think Kate was faster and did it in 1 minute 37, you put Kate 1 minute 37.
Obviously.
And then we'll come in, and then we'll see. But we could be hoodwinking, obviously. Years in the industry, yeah. Just a bit of
1 minute
DIY,
37.
Bit of flat pack furniture. Got to say, there's a guy in there, Sean Dempsey, always wins. You see. So
Right.
I'm
Okay.
trying to throw him off the scent.
Right. Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
Off the
okay.
scent.
Yeah.
Might be 2 in a row for him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make it 3.
Yeah.
Rooting for you, Sean.
But we enjoyed watching it. It's been good fun. Just waiting for some of them to come in.
Yeah.
And, in the meantime, it was Killer by
Okay.
Adamczyk, and then
okay.
I think it's Solitary Brother. I think that's how it
yeah.
That was the
Are you going to give us a song?
No.
Give us a little line?
No.
Yeah.
No.
And another one, Space Jungle. Can't remember that one. Well, perhaps tonight we'll have to
Wasn't
get
a
the
one-hit
old,
wonder then, was he?
No, we've got 2 hits. So, and then we've got Billy 360. Oh no, that's your time.
Yeah.
So everyone actually thinks you're going to be quite fast here.
Oh, God.
We've got some sub 5 minute times
I
in
think
here.
so.
Okay, well, let's not let them down.
362.
No.
We've got regular viewers here as well. They're normally pretty good at that.
They're good at judging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seen it a lot of times, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's they're coming in there. So
I think you're beating me actually here.
Am I?
Yeah, there's more votes for you. Yeah.
I mean, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
But, well, Joe, let's have a let's cut to it. Let's see what happened on the Electricians Challenge. I haven't seen this myself yet. Well, I saw the real thing. I haven't seen the edit.
You did see
right,
that.
Kate's up
here,
first.
see,
Right.
I tied my hair back. I meant business.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, wrestling with the cables there.
Yeah, that wasn't a great start.
I think it was sabotaged, actually.
I did.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That's
that
a plenty
support.
Bill
of
kept trying to
there.
put me off.
Yeah.
Quick start though, straight down the conduit.
Yeah.
Fine if
Down the
you-
And it went straight through.
Yeah, there we go. You see, this is a Gary's aware, so I thought I'd just offer some different advice for people to try.
Oh, what, does Gary normally go the other way?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He mugs everyone off as well.
He
So
mugs. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
we've had less of that today.
Has it been nice and peaceful?
Oh, it's been a dream.
yeah.
Right, here we go. What we're doing here, right? We seem to have
I'm
A
measuring.
lot of cable
there's
there.
a lot of excess.
Too many
cable there.
cables.
Yeah.
Oh, screwdriver gone. First of a couple of
Now,
times. I'll let
these
you
I
know.
struggled with. I couldn't cut them all in one go, which was really frustrating me.
Yeah, we could do that. There we go.
And I had to try very hard not to swear when I did something wrong.
Yeah, we're sure.
I did
How
well.
about
That's
tidiness?
it. I mean, this is good for a first effort.
Yeah, I've never wired a plug before, so I'm
Yeah.
quite impressed.
Where's that?
I mean, I
Go in
think
so far.
this is the most cable we've ever had hanging out the front of the concert.
Rude.
Think of the environment, Kate.
Yeah, it's not. No, think of our scrap fund. It's all right. We don't mind that. We
Yeah.
don't mind that. That works.
Something really rude there.
Right. So this
Right,
is
come on.
concentration face there.
Looking good so far.
Yeah.
Quickly up to the consumer. I've got to say, when I was editing these, I've never seen a pair go up and down so quickly to collect tools and whatnot.
Hey, hang on. Wait till they see Bill's. His tools are all over the place.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that. Just hanging on the screwdriver and picking up a wire from beneath somewhere.
There you go.
Dropped in. Right. This is good. Right down to the socket now. So. Oh, where's those?
Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
See, look, I have to cut them individually.
It's quick how you did that. Must have been a good edit.
Yeah.
No, I was just quick.
You can either make it look good or bad.
Well, thanks, Joe. You made it look like I was going quick.
Yeah, well, I did a bit
Oh,
of
that
both.
screwdriver was a nightmare.
Yeah, It was
I'm
a bit
not blaming my tools,
Yeah,
but
that's
it
all
was
right.
a nightmare.
I was blaming my tools last time out, to be fair.
Right.
It snapped in my hands.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Right, here we go. That's
here we go.
right. Exciting, right? This was,
See, I remembered
racking
put both in one.
yeah, put one in. I don't know what you're
Back
doing
up,
there.
back down.
Right,
No, I had to check there
Checking the
what
powers off.
was live and what was new. I couldn't remember which
I
colour.
remember the colours. That
Yeah.
was, right,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh, I'll just check.
Yeah. Oh, that was,
Not the best problem to have, that.
yeah, yeah.
I did it right though.
Yeah. Down
Oh.
on one knee, you're doing
Oh
one
yeah, look, it
before.
came out. Oh, I was fuming.
Oh. Oh. No, it's gone wrong now.
And all right, all right.
You have to blame the screwdriver, though.
Right, we're nearly there.
It
We're
was
fighting
totally the
front on.
screwdriver.
Those cables hanging there. You've got to be careful you don't catch yourself in the noose on the way up, basically.
With all that extra. You told me not to worry about
No,
that.
it's not about tidiness, just get the job done. Right.
Where's the button?
Yeah, I was like, which one? Which one?
That's 2 seconds with the wrong
Right,
button.
Billy's up. Right,
Right,
he's
come
off
on.
there. Right, here we go. Now, I think you're the only person who's ever done it completely stood up.
Yeah.
So that was a first.
Gammy knee.
Good
Four
gammy
twists
knee.
and straight down there.
Four twists straight down.
Messing about.
Yeah. we're just
Will it be there at the bottom, though? So
mixing it
That's
up a
always
bit.
the
this
cut.
week.
See, look, there goes the tool.
Yeah, this was before I found the
Looks a lot like you were struggling to see a
Henry
bit there.
Ford.
Oh, glasses off.
That was when you realised, like, look at you, good,
Having a
and
cup
just
of tea,
laughing.
relaxing into it here.
Just laughing.
Oh, right.
Screws on
Okay.
top.
Screws on top. Where's
Grey
those
screws on a
cables?
grey floor, screws no more.
Oh, there we go. We've lost the wire. Oh,
Come
no,
on,
found
come
it
on.
again. Right, heave away.
Oh, look at that, look at concentration.
This looks like it's speeded up.
No,
Well, it probably is.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit.
just felt slow for us. We were watching.
Look at that face.
Oh,
That's the look of concentration there.
oh I don't know what that is.
Were you disappointed with
I was
yourself?
just wondering what was on my watch.
Right.
See, look, you were really good at that, cutting it all in one go.
Now, you're actually quite tidy when it comes to work, but the tools were absolutely
Oh my God, they were everywhere. They were flying off.
Yeah.
They were in your back pocket. They were on the top of the bin.
We put a sort of selection of tools up there. You don't actually have to use every one. You sort of select the ones you want.
Sure, that's a bonus
Yeah.
point.
I'm just.
No, no.
Oh,
Is that a catch?
Screwdrivers down
Good catch,
again.
good catch. No bonus
Right,
points.
down again. You need that watch. It's a fitness watch. You're trying to say, how many can I get some squats in as I'm doing this? Air squats. How many times?
He's
can I
got a
reach
bad
down?
knee. He can't be doing that.
Well, you wouldn't
Final
drop the
one in.
tools. Right, here we go. We're nearly done up here. Just got the socket to do.
It's good technique you got on that screwdriver, I've got to say.
Yep.
Nice and caressing it.
Look at that. You're already, you're already looking down. Right. There we
Maybe
go.
long enough.
Final stretch.
Right, there we go. Right. Oh, now you ditched the. We're using the side cutters there.
Yeah.
Right, so we've used the automatic cutters.
It's only because I didn't know where they were.
You'd lost them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So you hated that screwdriver as well, didn't you?
Yeah, slotted screwdrivers aren't the future, are they?
Yeah, they're useful on slotted screws. They're normally
Kind of the
work
thing
best
you
now.
need, isn't
Yeah,
it?
now we've just used the side cutters. Now we're back in with the automatic strippers. Right. Well,
One of the parties banned slotted screwdrivers. I'd vote for them.
I think that's one of the ones for
See,
Laura.
look, there's a stool right there, Bill, that you could have just sat on.
Let's put their glasses on it. Though,
That would have been comfier.
We've got the Weeha side cutters on the go. We've got the Nipex ones down there. We've got, it's the most, yeah.
Come on.
Do you have a toolbox at home? Has it got any tools in it? Or
Several.
Just,
I've got
are they full or do you just leave them lying around the house?
I've got replicas.
Replicas,
What were
yeah.
you saying earlier, Bill, about that you just keep buying new drills because you
I've
can't
got about
find where
4
you've
drills
left
at home.
them?
Yeah.
Probably all in the loft.
Never find the one you want when you need it.
Right, here we go. Now,
Final
it's
stretch,
pretty
final
tidy
stretch.
work. Yeah, now amazing. You've managed to do that in that squatted position. Your knees. If
They
your
must
knees
be
aren't
on
bad now,
Yeah.
You know what I say? If it looks slow.
it usually is.
Accurate.
Oh, it was great fun, though.
Yeah, it was.
Great fun.
Oh, it was great fun for
Do we
us.
find out the times now?
You do find out the times now. You've been
minute,
waiting for this all the time. Now you would be happy if you beat Billy. That's what you
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyone on the board recognise?
Well, Carl,
Yes.
I mean, if I don't beat him, there's something wrong at 9:54, right?
Yeah.
So I need to beat him. I'd like to be on that side, but
Yeah, I'd
I
like to
have
be
no
on that side.
idea.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just have a look. Oh, squeeze down the vacuum.
You ready?
Yeah. Now I should have changed the front on these EV chargers. We've got different coloured fronts. I could have had political colours on this. Well, we've got the Green Party, but I don't know who's the White Party. So there we go. That could be the Electricians Party. Or Gary's party. Gary is actually Lord Bucketface. We didn't know that. Right. Oh, well. Oh, we'll have to start with you, Kate. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to head over to this wall over here. So
I'm devastated.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastated.
You didn't do it in 5 minutes. You did it in 6
Oh, gee.
Have you beaten Rick?
Actually, 15. You have actually beaten Richard Gaunt, which is
Who's that?
he's a member of our team. So
Oh,
if you're above Rick, it's good. You beat Nick Rayway. He's EV charger people. That's good territory there.
Right.
He's an electrician. You've
I mean,
actually beaten
okay.
someone who's an electrician. That's
Okay.
good. Rick's trying to be an
I mean,
electrician.
I love that you're trying to make me feel better.
No, that's commendable times. That one.
I'm not happy.
No, I hope I'm not going to have to do that journey again.
Oh, you're on that side, aren't you?
Light fittings all over the place.
Yeah, you are. Look, he's moved your light fitting.
People say sometimes we leave a gap for where it is.
No, it's just
But that's the screws.
Yeah.
That's the screws. That's up there. So we've got that there. Right. So, okay. So we're not, you can relax. You're not up here. We're not in 4 minutes, Eric. We're on the outrageous zone down here.
You're in 5.
These are 5 minutes, but you are on this wall here.
Ah.
That's all right, isn't it?
Now, you did this in 5 minutes and 23,
I'll take that.
which is just above Dan McAdam
Oh,
of
well
the Rewired
done.
Agency. So that's good.
Not far off Darren Howson.
Darren House, he's an electrician, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm not sure, to be fair.
Yeah, I think Darren used to dabble a bit. So.
I always see him in the gym now.
Shahid Khan at the ECA.
Yeah.
Now at Eton.
It's right for you.
That's commendable. That.
There we go.
That's good.
Gotta get myself in there.
You're below Joe. Yeah, so there we go. He was
I
watching.
mean, congratulations, Bill.
Oh, well, your commiserations, but
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
completely self-taught, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Your viewers were very generous, weren't they?
Yeah.
In the times that they were guessing.
Because I hoodwinked them, you see.
Yeah.
You hoodwinked them.
See, they just go off what we say.
Yeah.
Suck them in.
Sorry to
Yeah.
disappoint.
Yeah.
So anyway, who's closest to that? Do we have a Alan Chan? Oh, another serial winner, isn't it? So if you,
Is he?
yeah. So if Alan, I get to ring Jenny on the burner phone.
We haven't got the number. We got the number.
What does he win?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
We'll just
Always a surprise. Might
Always
be
a
one sticker.
surprise.
It might be a nice.
depends what we've got in. Really.
Yeah.
No, it depends what we want to get rid of.
Yeah.
So sometimes, that's not a bad thing.
No. It's always something decent.
Yeah, always something decent. So
Right, Alan. You have 10 minutes to ring Jenny on 07487 704 712. I'll say that again. 07487 704 712. 10 minutes start now.
well, we've lost a graphic for the burner phone.
Oh, yeah. Put it in. Be two things at once. Well, that was
We
close.
are on a shoot. We've got half the team. There you go. Time
to
to
ring
ring
Jenny.
Jenny. And he gets his prize. Right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
It was. I'm gutted. I'm going to have to come back and try again.
Oh, everyone wants to always try again. but,
Yeah.
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 That's all commendable times. Yeah. It's all right.
busy
You'll be
being
heading
there.
over
It's
that
all
way in a
nice.
few
Yeah,
more
I'm sure I
weeks.
will, yeah.
Everyone's heading that way. So, yeah.
There's less than a minute in it.
It is less than a minute, yeah. I should never have helped you by telling you where your tools were. Eh?
Right, now we've got a new brand to talk about.
We have, yeah.
So, EcoLink.
Yes.
Yes. EcoLink. Who's EcoLink?
So it's probably easiest. So EcoLink is a new brand, but it's part of Signify. Now, most people haven't heard of Signify, but Signify is kind of the new name for Philips Lighting. So as a business, been going for 130 years, really major on quality and innovation. And lots of the stuff we take for granted now has been kind of either developed or invented by Philips, really. So sort of white LED lamps, the world's most efficient LED lamp. So it's a real strong and light control systems as well. So yeah, real strong grounding in light generally. We're the world's biggest lighting company.
Yeah, huge heritage. So why another brand?
So I think we've always focused on that sort of, certainly the last 10, 15 years, we've been focusing on sort of project end user work. And we've really not focused on the UK over-the-counter market. And there's a few reasons for that, but I think partly that's just because the range didn't fit properly. So a lot of our Philips products are international products, so they're developed for the international market, and they're perhaps not quite particularly on an over-the-counter 1-for-1 replacement range where you might need a 6-foot fitting, not a 5-foot fitting, isn't quite the right fit. So EcoLink has been designed by the UK business for the UK market.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
So,
and we do have a lot of quirks in this market.
We do have a few, don't we?
Yeah, and I made a video recently on a cabling system, and to bring people in, it's like the way we actually do wire things, as we've just seen, is actually completely different to what they do on mainland Europe.
Well, I mean, like the problems of that is sort of self-contained emergency or emergencies in the fittings. So quite often, sort of in Germany, a lot of it's central battery system. So don't necessarily get the products for the UK market, but the beauty of this is it's all designed in from the start.
Right, yeah.
So,
And even when they're self-contained, they tend to be an hour, don't they?
Yeah, an hour rather than 3 hours, and just little quirks like that. So,
Okay. So let's have a look at some of the products. What have we got? Let's have a...
So it's first thing to say, it's designed to be a compact and simple range, you know, one that's easy to order and easy to understand. It kind of falls into 5 ranges really. So LED panel, we've got battens, non-corrosives, we've got emergency lighting, and we've also got a range of floodlights as well down there as well. So
grab one up there.
there's one there we can show. There's a floodlight there. So
Okay, so I mean, the one I took, I'd dig through here. Emergency lighting is often a lot of people miss out emergency lighting.
They do, yeah.
Or if they do get it, it's sometimes, I'd say not very good.
Yeah.
This has actually got a bit of sprinkling of innovation in it, actually. As well. So we just got the hand cam there, Joe. So the one thing, emergency lighting, obviously you need it for open areas, isn't it? So you've got the lens that does the open area. Yeah. But also you can get a lens just for the corridor as well.
Yeah.
And that's quite a nice, what do you call this? You call it
a hinged gear tray. So obviously, if you've got a shallow ceiling board, it's obviously quite a small hole. It's quite difficult to actually thread a battery pack and a driver through. So it's hinged just to make that process easier for you. But I mean, the whole idea of like the full EcoLink range, there's not that many products in it, but it's designed to cover probably 70% of the day-to-day usage.
Yeah.
So I think they call it Pareto law, don't they? 80-20. It's not quite 80-20. It's probably 70%, but it's amazing number of inquiries we have coming in where we can fulfil it with just these products here without having to go outside the range.
Right. So it's the stuff everybody uses.
Everybody day in, day out.
Panels for the office.
Yeah.
Vaporproofs for car parks. Battens for the storeroom.
Absolutely, and it's UK developed. So the panel, for instance, so 600 by 600. Great, but they're all TPA or TPB as a minimum approved. We've got 1200 by 600 in the range, which again,
it's another UK.
It's a UK quirk. Yeah, you get 1200 by 300 quite often on the continent. So you know, and you know, obviously, you know, got the plug and play emergency packs to go with them. But what's quite unusual, it's got a plug and play Dali pack.
Right. Okay.
So that converts the standard fitting to a Dali fitting. It's just plug and play again. It's a driver and a sort of a dimming control unit. And it will do Dali, but it'll also do touch dim as well, which is where you can put up to 16 on a retractive plate switch. Very, very simple lighting control system.
We did a video on that recently.
Did you?
Yes, we did actually.
Yes, you did. I saw it. It was brilliant. Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's a little bit niche topic actually, because obviously, as soon as you hit offers and that, it's very difficult to avoid controls.
Yeah, it is.
Just with the way regulation.
I was thinking about it earlier though. So obviously, like Hugh's a Signify product through the Philips part of the business. And that's all about everyone being able to control everything and do lots and lots of stuff. But actually in an office environment, you don't really want to do a lot. But it's difficult in a range like this where we don't really have a design input or even necessarily contact with the customer to try and sell that really. So this is a really simple way. You've just got a small office with 10 luminaires. You just wire them all back. You don't even need a data cable. It's just live and neutral back to the drive, and then you bridge from the live into the Dali positive terminal. And dead simple.
Yeah, it's a hidden secret. Not a lot of people know about it.
Not secret anymore.
No, we've just told everyone about it.
So,
we actually used touch dim down at the Indian restaurant we've just been to.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, because
I noticed.
I thought it looked lovely.
Yeah. Because, the problem with a lot of LEDs is it's too bright when you put them in.
Yeah, but you don't want necessarily anything complicated or people can start messing around with and deprogramming. Yeah.
So, is it, obviously we're thinking new range. A lot of people will see a spec with Philips on it, and obviously, huge your street lights and all the other markets dominated. People historically thought, as soon as I see Philips on there, it's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, well, I think Signify it's been like described by one of my senior colleagues as like a house of brands, like a Unilever or a Volkswagen Audi group. So at the top, you've got, you know, systems and services and sort of maybe streetlight rollouts, all that really sort of high-end bespoke stuff. And we've got quite a lot of big business in the middle, which is where our core line range will come in. And you do see lighting controls and lighting design in that area. But then the biggest part of the triangle is what we call the land of the purple. The land of the purple is kind of over-the-counter stuff. So it's actually, in terms of volume, it's massive.
Yeah.
But individual value is low. And you know, we're under no illusions with EcoLink. It needs to compete, and it is competitive.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's cheap. It's really good value, but it is aggressive.
Yeah. Good value, but Philips quality.
Absolutely. So I'll probably get shot by someone in marketing for saying this, but like, you know, EcoLink and Philips are separate brands. They mean different things. But in terms of, say, the panel, for instance, that comes out of a Signify panel factory, which makes products for other Signify companies. So obviously, it's the same attention to detail at the manufacturing end, but also the product marketeers, the product managers, in terms of the components might be different. You know, obviously, to be aggressive, costs probably, you know, we have to shave some costs, but that rigorous attention to detail in testing and testing standards is all Signify. And on top of that, the stuff that catches people out when you don't know your supply chain, like child labour, you know, ecological issues. Like Signify are the world's greenest lighting company. We're EcoVadis Platinum. All the EcoLink range will have EPDs, which are your environmental performance disclosures or declarations. So, you know, quite often when people are, just because these are over-count products doesn't mean they don't get used on projects.
Okay.
And sometimes when you, like some of these bigger companies, they want to see that environmental declaration, and we can provide all that.
Yeah. So it's the same assured processes we'd get from.
Yeah, look, so EcoLink isn't Philips, but Signify, the processes are rigorous. You know, we're very proud of our heritage, and you know, it's in the DNA.
Okay, yeah, you haven't thrown the ethics out the window.
No, look, absolutely. Obviously, when you trade so heavily on your ethics, you really can't afford to.
Yeah,
you know,
like, you want the ethical product also.
Yeah. And like some of the hoops, like when we want to, you know, we are unusual as a large lighting company that we still maintain a manufacturing base, so it's not all bought in. But if we do want a new supplier for a new component, the hoops we have to jump through to make sure they hit our commitments and UN human rights and global development goals and sort of, you know, those ecological goals, it's really rigorous. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's good. I mean, I think it looks like a good range. We've even got an emergency exit.
Have got emergency exit
well.
signs. That's so this is there's a full range. There's exit boxes, there's standalone bulkheads, recessed downlights. That's an IP65 downlight actually, but they're all lithium iron phosphate batteries. So while I don't think there's any such thing as a clean battery, it's the best. You know, it's the one to use. And again, that comes through on specs as well. If you're dealing with the MOD and people like that, quite often they'll ask you to declare what batteries are in your emergency fittings, and you know, so like we can tick all those boxes as well.
Yeah, the arrows go on the right way. And most always a debate: which way should the arrow go on an exit sign?
Well, luckily, like we do a full range of exit signs as well. I think just the other thing I was going to touch on with emergency on the batten and the non-corrosive range, the emergencies are plug and play. So you don't buy an emergency fitting, they're standard fittings, and you convert it with one of these emergency packs. Now, these are available in standard and self-test. The self-test does both the non-corrosive and the batten. Again, replaceable LiFePO batteries.
Oh, that's good.
And just plug and play, real simple 2-minute installation. So, yeah, indicators, ticks all the boxes.
Nice. We'll try them out. Now, actually, Philips have done quite well, or Signify have done quite well in this building.
Yes, yeah.
We are lit
Very nice
almost
lighting.
entirely.
Yeah.
We've tried. I think we've tried everything in the range at all the different price points.
Yeah.
And we're even sat under the Hue lights, which is consumer brand, completely separate.
It's still very nice.
Yeah. No, that works. We quite like these lights. So if someone, we used to have it if someone sent us a message and they changed colour.
Yeah.
Super chats. Super chat, which is, so it's amazing what you can do with things actually. But, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I think we are going to be taking a closer look at some of those products very soon. Obviously, we'd love to get everybody else's opinion on them as well.
Yeah.
When does it launch?
So stock is arriving in national wholesalers now. So Rexel, City Electrical Factors are like stocking them nationally.
Yeah.
And the stocks are, it's either being delivered or it's on trucks at the moment. So it's ready to go.
So there we go. That's
yeah.
Now you've got your electrician skills, you're going to have a dabble?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Emergency lighting?
It might take me a bit slower than others, but you know.
I was just going to say one more thing and I'll shut up because I'm very good at talking. I was a bit worried I was going to have nothing to say when you
I think you're doing really well, Bill, yeah.
EcoLink.co.uk. It's a UK design website for a UK product range, data sheets, LDT files, links through to our wholesale partners where you can buy the product.
And the link is in the description.
Fantastic.
You see, I've already put it out there, and if not,
my work here is done.
A lot of eFix viewers will have already downloaded the Loom Expert app as well.
Yes.
And used the eFix 20% off code off the first
Yes, it went mad when you did that.
Yeah.
So you've talked about Loom Expert already, haven't you?
Oh, we've done Loom Expert. We know a lot about Loom Expert.
Good.
Yeah. We had actually for a while we had a £100 offer on where people just buy stuff. There was no minimum order quantity.
Wow.
Yeah, and Rick's got a van full of floodlights.
you try the lighting design bit in it?
Yeah, we've done the lighting design.
Yeah.
Been in them all. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
A nice little handy app when you're out
it's
there.
Really good.
To work out how many lights you need in a room.
It's just I think it's not that we try to change the lighting industry. So one little app at a time. And,
that's what we need. We need change in the lighting industry, don't we? Yeah. That's what we were just saying earlier on.
We were.
We need to change this industry.
Yeah.
And that's how we can do it. But that is a great app, and the EcoLink products are starting to appear in there.
Yes, they are. Yeah. So EcoLink products in there, but like the great thing with that is that's that tiering, that house of brands again. So EcoLink, yes, but then if you need sort of DALI controls, we move into Core Line, and it's to office. We've got warehouse lighting in there, and even lamps and tubes as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's there is different things in like a warehouse light. It depends what the warehouse is used for and who owns it and all sorts of crap.
And it's pre-populated with like the CIBSI regulations in terms of ideal light levels. Obviously, as you say, there's no standard really, but it's certainly recommended.
Yeah, no, I think that is good.
Yeah,
that's good. And obviously, speaking of projects and stuff like that, we have got we get a little breather here because we've got our awards coming up as well. We've got a little. We thought, people watching, if you're doing some great work, why not get recognised for your great work? And in our team, we've got some creative people, and sometimes we like to throw them out to do some great work. Let's just have a little look at a couple of the videos that Joe Hammond's put together.
You're right, Sarge.
What have we got this time?
Oh, I think it's that cat killer again, sir.
Is McFerrell here?
Aye, McFerrell's in the back waiting for you.
Oi! Hey, sir. What you got for me, McFerrell? Yeah, it looks like it's the cat killer again. Right, I'll make the call. Gov, we've got another one. Yep, another smart home installer that didn't get the recognition they deserve. I know they should have nominated, but they didn't. Yeah, I'll get my team on it straight away. When will they learn?
No. There we go. That was the first one, Smart Home Installer of the Year. And got another one as well. This is Renewables Installer of the Year.
Look at this fellow here. He has just had a battery storage fitted into his home. He is now benefiting from storing power at a cheaper rate and using that electricity when the scoundrels put the price up. And look at that clipping. See how neat it is? See how battery blends in well with this environment. Put that bush away. You don't need to clean up. It's been taken care of by the installer. And look here. A cup of glorious tea made to taste even better using power from the battery. The Renewables installer has done a fine job. But oh no, What's this? He's going to nominate the electrician for eFix Renewables Installer of the Year award using that telecommunication device. Does this ne'er-do-well know that you can't nominate for eFix Renewables Installer of the Year on the phone? Let's see the proper way. Oh yes, he is using the computer device to nominate for the Renewables Installer of the Year. See how quick it is? Amazing to think that it took only 5 minutes. That's right, Granny. Even you can fill in a nomination down at the Bridge Club. So what are you waiting for? Get your nominations on the links below.
Yep, so those were two brilliant shorts by Joe Hammond, I must say myself. Brilliantly executed. And yes, the eFix Awards are open and the categories are as follows. EV Installer of the Year, Lighting Installer of the Year, Wholesaler of the Year, Person of the Year, Fire Data Installer of the Year, that should be. Electrical Marketing of the Year, Commercial and Industrial Installer of the Year, Heating and Ventilation Installer of the Year, Training Provider of the Year, College of the Year, Lecturer of the Year, Renewables Installer of the Year, as we've just seen there, Residential Installer of the Year, and Smart Home Installer of the Year. So yeah, here you go. Link in description if you want to get any entries in. I'm sure it will mean a lot to people who you enter.
And he's done a video for every one of those categories, so expect that they'll start dropping out on social media.
I think they're brilliant, they're hilarious.
Good.
And next month he has to do some proper work. Someone said in the comments, how many wigs does Joe actually have? So I don't know what goes on in his house, but there's a big,
Probably best not to ask.
There's a dressing up box.
Yeah.
He does cross-dress from time to time as well in the videos as well. We've seen that. There's some things you can't unsee in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not one of them. But
He loves a wig, doesn't he?
he does love a wig.
And I've actually dressed, he doesn't have a wardrobe, he has a wig-drobe.
Now, we've got a party out in Ireland at the minute, and somebody has already mentioned that Rick has got a challenge coming up doing the 3 peaks, which brings us nicely onto the Electrical Industries charity.
Yes.
You've managed to rope Rick into doing this challenge, haven't you?
I mean, Gary and I might have hoodwinked him into it a little bit, but I think he's looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it was a miracle because we were trying to convince him before.
Yeah.
And then
He was meeting me, you see,
Yeah.
at Elex, and I didn't give him any choice.
Yeah, that's good. He's in, and he's
in.
Excited, isn't he?
He is excited. He's been practicing. His
Well,
house is at the
I
top of a hill.
So he's walking to his house.
No, and there's a working men's club at the bottom of his hill,
So he's just...
and he's
Well, he seems to be in, like, intense training at the minute, doesn't he, over in Ireland? So
Yeah.
I look forward to pushing him up the Yorkshire 3 Peaks.
yeah, and it's you can certainly can. Obviously, we have put a link in the description if you want to sponsor Rick on his walk.
On his walk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
19th of July.
19th of July.
19th of July.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if he gets to double it to like £1,000, he said he'd do it twice. So I think we've got to encourage him and give him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I won't be with him the second time. He's on his
Link when
own.
we finish. Yeah.
He's on his own, but yeah.
So there we go. But so Electrical Industries charity.
Yeah.
Obviously, probably a lot of people haven't really heard of them.
Yeah, definitely. So the charity has been around for over 100 years now, and it was started when 10 people in the industry saw a need and they all put a tenner in each, and basically that's how the charity started. So we are there to support anyone that works in the electrical and energy industry. So that could be on the manufacturing side, like, in Bill's area, someone in the office like you, or someone in the factory. It could be a wholesaler, but also installers and electricians. And I think as a charity, that's where we have the lowest awareness, but the help is there. So we support with anything and everything, really. It's when people are falling on hard times. And we often say, think of us as your kind of first port of call. So even if you're not really sure what you need help with, you can contact us, and we're there to kind of put you on the right path. We work with loads and loads of other organisations and charities. And what's really great, and I think as an industry we're so lucky to have this, is that we are specifically for this industry. So we know the challenges that people are facing. We understand the industry. And, it's an amazing resource that not everyone knows about. We deal with around 300 active cases at any one time. Our helpline receives about 100 calls every month. And last year we did over 18,000 consultations and gave back 1.39 million to the industry. The largest thing that we get people asking for support on is mental health support. and as an industry, we're not great at reaching out when we need help. So we're very male dominated. Males don't.
Oh, we don't talk about things.
You don't, unless you're Gary.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, you don't talk about that. Just get on with it, you know. And we want to really raise that awareness and break the stigma around mental health in the industry. But I think probably the best way to explain some of the ways in which we can help is to share one of our stories with you.
Yeah, I think we've got a case study video here. It's a tearjerker.
My name is Jason. I've been an electrician for the last 27 years. I found myself in a really dark place. I felt like I was doing okay, working hard, but then the cost of living crisis crept in. I was working alone, long hours, but the money just wasn't coming in. It started affecting my marriage, arguing with the wife, snapping at the kids. I just couldn't get into words what was going on. Money had become a big issue. I was trying to make ends meet, but it just got harder and harder. It was like I was in a boxing ring every day, beating my own self up. When you work on your own, you have time to think, and there's no one there to see what's going on. I bumped into an old mate who's been in the trade just as long as I have. We just had a chat, formalities, and then he looked at me and he said, "Are you all right?" And that's when I began to choke up. I knew I wasn't right. He said to me, "You okay?" And I said, "No, not really." I told him a few things, and that's when he handed me a card. I've never even heard of the EIC, but being given this card saved my life. They offered me counselling, they offered me some financial support. I managed to take a couple of weeks off work. They helped me with food shopping, they helped with a mortgage payment. I just couldn't believe the help that was available to me. If you're struggling, give the charity a ring. If you notice someone else struggling, point them in the right direction. You just might save a life. I can't tell you how grateful I am to the EIC and to all the supporters of the charity that helped make this happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, EIC.
Thank you for all your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was yeah.
Yeah.
Turn the speakers off.
Oh, I can hear myself. That's horrible, that.
Just to unpack that a little bit. So
Yeah.
I don't have to be, I can be an apprentice.
Yeah.
Electrician. What about, even if I was retired or something like that?
Yeah, we support people that have retired from the industry as well.
Yeah.
And what I really, really want to get across is that it's completely free and it's completely confidential. So there's no membership fee. You don't have to sign up to anything. If you need help, you just call us. And, we've got an amazing welfare team, amazing case managers that are really, really experienced. And a lot of the times people are calling us for maybe one thing. And once you start to unpick it, there's a lot of other things. You saw in that story that it was financial to begin with, but actually it started affecting the mental health and things like that. So we're very much kind of short-term, high impact to get you back on the right track. And it's completely free. So no membership or anything. Think of it as like, I don't know, if you're a one-man band, you can contact us. If you have, you know, maybe 10 Sparkies on your books, think of us as like an employee assistance program that you're not paying for, basically. And I think the great thing is that even though the industry isn't great at talking about it, it is getting much better. There's so much more conversations around mental health, and particularly men's mental health now. So it is getting better, but use this amazing resource that's there.
No, it is. And it's, so how would I access it?
So we've got a helpline, which is 0800 652 1618, or you can email support@electricalcharity.org. All of this is on our website, which is electricalcharity.org, so you can fill in a contact form on there. There's loads of different ways to get in touch with us.
No, it is. And I have left a link in the description as well for that as well.
Yes.
Always there.
Yes.
Now, obviously, you've got about people who don't talk about things too much. Now, there's someone who's not here who never stops talking. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, we were in Germany a few weeks ago on another mission on tool come down at Klauke, and they brought a lot of people in. And actually, when someone left, he was known as the fastest talking Englishman in the world. They were just like, it's like, what's going on here? And that is, of course, Gary. So he's not somebody who he likes to talk, doesn't he, John?
He does.
Yeah, he does. And we're sort of being chilled accent. But he has also used the electrical industry charity because he went through some challenges with his personal life and family life a few years ago. And he's put a video together to just describe how it helped him.
Now, you didn't think we were going to put on a live stream without me popping up at some point, and I just want to take a few moments to talk about the Electrical Industries charity. On Sunday just gone, it was my daughter's 4th ampiversary. Yes, in our house, we celebrate, or at least mark the date in which she had a predominant hand removed in an operation at Great Ormond Street Hospital. It's been an incredibly stressful time since that moment and life-changing for my daughter. However, during that process leading up to the amputation, obviously everybody was under a great deal of stress, and the resulting operation left its mark on everybody in the Hayes household. Now, with that in mind, often you don't notice the things that are affecting you personally when you look at your lovely daughter and her life-changing injuries and how she's going to cope from 12 years old for the rest of her life. And it was only when close friends said to me that they thought there was an issue with me, and working in a fully male-dominated environment at that time here at Lineside Studios, we were all maybe walking around the subject and not approaching it. Maybe I was having a little bit too many drinks. Maybe I wasn't myself in my personality. And it took an outsider in the form of Eddie from Pegasus Electrical to really notice that the person he now sees isn't the person that he thought he'd met previously. He said to me, how about reaching out to the Electrical Industries charity? And he put in motion those reach outs for me in order that I could get some help. And it was a difficult thing to do as a gentleman. I'm not suggesting this would be easy for anyone, but for me personally, to go and talk to somebody that I didn't know about all the things that I'd gone through when I'd got both my limbs left with me. Why am I feeling sorry for myself when really it's my daughter that's going to have a very difficult life moving forward? But I went to them, okay? And how did I get to that point? The Electrical Industry Charities rang me. They just asked me where I was living. I gave them my postcode, and they came back to me with the nearest person to me that was obviously going to provide me with some counselling, we'll say. Yeah, so I got to speak to somebody for a while, which was quite interesting because our opening point, just to make it a little bit lighthearted, she said to me, do you think you're going to find it easy to talk to me? I said, I've been talking since I was about the age of 1. It's not getting me to talk that's the problem, it's getting me to shut up that's the issue. But joking aside, it was fantastic to have that time where somebody else took over from me. They booked the appointments for me, I turned up at the location, and I got to speak to that person for a number of sessions that were all paid for by the Electrical Industries charity. It wasn't means tested, they just stepped in and wanted to help me. And I must say, from a personal point of view, that help was absolutely invaluable at the time, and I went away from that experience and took on some more therapy to recognise the fact that I needed some help. It doesn't change the fact that my beautiful daughter no longer has a right hand anymore. It doesn't change the fact that I feel sad every single day. But at that moment in time, when I was going on a personal spiral through drink and lack of sleep and all the rest of it, that I needed somebody to recognise that in me, who wasn't a work colleague, who's somebody I could just speak to and obviously maybe come out of those dark moments to a certain degree and then look for some more therapy. But it's only thanks to obviously Eddie from Pegasus Electrical that pointed it out in the first place, and the Electrical Industries charity that I managed to get that help, and I am indebted for them, and that's why we support the Electrical Industry charity on all the activities that we do at eFix, and we will continue to do so. So not only have they supported me, but they can support you, and all you need to do is reach out for that help like I did through others, and then it's there for you, and they'll do everything they can obviously to support you through the difficult situations you're going through.
There we go.
Wow.
Can't get closer than that. You haven't seen that before,
I
have
haven't
you?
seen that, no. Like, I obviously know the help that we gave Gary, but I just think it's wonderful that, like, he's willing to talk about it and you know, put it out there. And it just, that's one of the reasons I love working for the charity, just hearing how we've helped people. Like, it's what we want to do.
And that's, and that's, again, well, with Gary's force now, Rick, you've managed to twist Rick's arm. It's quite good. So you helped Gary, but now Rick's got to give back.
Yeah.
See how that
Seems fair. Yeah.
I mean, it does seem fair, doesn't it? It does, yeah.
Yeah, and that was that's quite good. That so Gary's he was crying buckets the other morning recording that. So I think it took him a while to do that.
Yeah, no, it's awesome that he's done it. It really is.
Yeah, and I have left a link in the top and in the description to help Rick out if we can help him. Obviously,
Yes,
get through this,
and like it is a tough challenge to do the Yorkshire Three Peaks in 12 hours. I'm hoping we can get it done in 10, but let's see. So
aim
it is
high.
aim 8.
7.
Yeah. 7. Yeah.
All right, 5. Should we just go 5?
Yeah.
But no, it is tough. So any support that anyone can give to Rick would be amazing.
Yeah, no, it is tough actually. We've done it.
You've done it, haven't you?
A few times, and it's. I hope the weather's good.
Yeah, although perhaps not as hot as today.
No.
That would be tough, wouldn't it?
But I would watch Rick though, because there's obviously on the route, if you're not careful.
Yeah. He'll be in the pub.
There's a pub. There's 2 pubs, and there's at least 3 burger vans, an ice cream shop, and a tuck shop.
I mean, we've not got time for any of that.
Exactly. You've got to
He's
get
going to have a packed lunch and off we go.
That's it.
You know. Well, there's 10 of us doing it, so we'll just move him along.
That's good, and that's taken 19th of July. But we've got the link in there. We can all help out there.
Amazing.
I think we've all chipped in, and so again, it's give and take. But
yeah, and we rely solely on fundraising, and we do challenges like that. We're doing Kilimanjaro in September, which I can't wait for.
Yeah.
We do loads of different events that people can come to, but also, in the UK, we love to raise money for charity, and we're really good at it. So, if you fancy jumping out of a plane and raising money for the charity, or 100 squats a day for the whole of May, like whatever. Just think about the EIC.
No, that's good. So we could suggest that to Gary, couldn't we?
I've been wanting to go skydiving for quite a while, to be fair.
You and Gary could do a skydive.
Yeah, you could do a skydive. Have you ever done one?
No.
Oh God, it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, paragliding.
Yeah, I did it and immediately wanted to go back and do it again.
We did paragliding. I was terrified. It was like. Yeah. It was one of those things, you're on holiday.
Yeah.
You think I'll do it?
Everyone's like, oh, yeah, we're doing it. It's like, and then suddenly that people's, I'm feeling a bit sick. I don't think I can.
That was my first ever YouTube video.
Yeah, we're on,
The company posted it and I've not heard the end of it off my friends.
Is it still out there, is it?
I'm pretty sure they've taken it down, but it had like a Coldplay song playing in the background, me with my little chubby cheeks.
Oh, I bet you look really cute.
Yeah.
Do you fancy a skydive, Bill?
There's not enough money on this.
Paragliding?
About paragliding, I think the thing with that is there's a controlled ascent and descent with that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting in an aeroplane,
And
I've
jumping
struggled with
out.
for a long time. I'm okay with it now, but jumping out of one before it's landed,
Right.
no, it's not for me.
Not for
Paragliding,
you.
it wasn't a controlled descent. I was strapped to the Italian female world champion paraglider when I did it.
She's trying to scare
Lucky
you.
you.
We lost something a little bit in translation. She was sort of saying, do you want fast or slow? And it was like, no, fast. Boom, we felt like
wow.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so we could think Gary should be doing something. Yeah, Rick's doing the 3 peaks. He needs to do
Yeah, Gary can do
parachuting or
something.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Is he a cyclist? Anyone a cyclist? Bit of lycra?
I don't know.
It'd be a sight, wouldn't it?
I'm
A
telling
lot of
you.
Gary and Lycra is not
Our industry love getting on a bike in lycra.
right.
There's many people, because we've got the London to Brighton challenge in September.
Yeah.
So if anyone, does want to don their lycra, I'm looking at you.
I could do it. I like
Yeah, then
I'll do Kilimanjaro.
you come and do Kilimanjaro.
I like hot, exotic locations.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's really cold at the top of Kilimanjaro, apparently, but
Not much oxygen.
it's 50% of what you've normally got.
Yeah.
But other than that,
That's fine.
it's really...
So if people want to join in, there's obviously even if they can't this year, is this a thing that happens every year?
Yeah, so we do 3 challenges a year. We've always got places in the London Marathon. Next year we're doing Ride London, and we were looking at hiking through Patagonia, but the dates aren't working, so I'm currently looking at other things. But we've done stuff like Everest Base Camp, Machu Picchu, like some of these really iconic places. And they're life-changing. They're amazing trips.
Yeah. You tell why Kate left electrical wholesale?
Can't think,
Yeah, I get to do all of these challenges, which I love.
You could visit a Rexel branch in Nuneaton, or you could go to Machu Picchu.
I think sometimes you need someone to come up with the idea there, don't you, really? Because like thinking
That
it's going to
guidance of
spark
what
the
to
imagine.
do.
Well, to spark the imagination, you know.
Yeah.
Scuba diving in Indonesia.
Scuba.
Ever done that one?
No, I can't scuba dive. I've got weird ears.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'll head that one up then.
Yeah.
You can do that one. You can do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the sunbathing in Malaga.
Sunbathing.
I don't think anyone's going to sponsor you to do that, Bill.
Well, I'll do it anyway.
And if you get a couple of quid, great.
So what to get in? Are these all on the website?
They're all on the website. You can also contact us, you know, if there's ideas of different things that you can do, but if you wanted to, like, we've just had someone contact us saying that they are running a few different races this year and they're going to raise money. Someone's doing the Trans-Pennine Way, cycling. Yes. We've got some people doing skydive next year. So there's loads of different things that you can do and get involved in. But the team's always there to chat to if anyone wants to talk.
You sort of put it around the office. Oh, we've had this idea come in. Oh, I think I'd best go on that one.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time it's me because they don't really want to do it, you know. But we're always trying to come up with different ideas. One of the things I thought of was a tuk-tuk race, like through Sri Lanka or something.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Like James Bond style.
Yeah. I reckon we could get some takers for that.
Yeah.
On the Top Gear episode, that, isn't it? Racing across the continent.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Three Peaks channels, Rick. Yeah, we're going on a tuk-tuk race.
We're off to Sri Lanka.
Colombo. Yeah. Oh, that's good. No, that's
Yeah.
And obviously you do. There's Powerball as well, is it?
Yeah, so we have the Powerball, which is our flagship event. That's in November. It's November the 22nd.
Yeah.
It's at the Grosvenor Hotel on Park Lane. And it's a really big event, like really great for networking, for meeting people in the industry. And it accounts for around 25% of our income for that one event. So it's really, really successful. And then we do about 30 events up and down the country with our regional committees. So they could be golf days, they could be lunches. Last week we had one in London at the Kia Oval Ground. There was like quite an informal, relaxed one. We showed the football because you can't get away from the football. They played a bit better than they did last night. But we do all sorts of different things, and again, all on the website. And you can buy tables, tickets, sponsor, lots of different things.
It's really good events.
Get an invite by your wholesaler or manufacturer, you know. And we again, they account for about 30% of our income, so they're really important to us. And we just, you know, hopefully people have fun at them. You've been to them, haven't you?
That was great. Yeah, it was a good laugh.
Yeah.
It's a big industry, but it's a small industry as well. It's amazing how many people you know when you're out and about.
Yeah. It is. And getting out and about often helps people's mental health as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that connection, isn't it? You know, especially for kind of contractors and installers, there'll be a lot of people that are just on their own all, you know, most of the day. And actually coming to these things and meeting people in the industry and just having that human connection really helps.
It is, yeah. It's like getting out everywhere, getting to a trade show, getting to everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually seeing people, especially if you're one-man band.
Yeah. Well, we're at Elex Coventry in September, so it'll be the first time we've done anything like that, so it'll be great to meet people and chat and Well,
we've already had a warning in the comments. People are saying we'll sponsor Gary not to wear lycra. That's it.
I love that.
So Rick better make his target, otherwise we'll send Gary along to the Electrician Coventry wearing lycra.
Yeah. I think it'd chafe a bit walking in lycra, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you know, fantastic work you do. As I say, we know how much it helped Gary.
Yeah.
And especially people forget that actually happened all during the middle of COVID as well.
Yeah, which was such a tough time for people.
Yeah, it was incredibly tough. And obviously Gary was away from his family. And they all seem to be having fun now. And I think he's treated them all this week. It's proms week in the Hayes household.
Yes, yeah.
So it's,
amazing.
Yeah.
One more thing to say.
Yes.
I sound like you know, but one more thing to say is apprentices
Right.
in the industry. So we've seen quite a big increase in young people and apprentices needing our support. So what we've done is we've launched brand new mental health training specifically for apprentices, and it's free to any apprentice in our industry. Not just electrical apprentices, you might be an apprentice in a wholesaler or you know, any apprentice, and it can be done on your smartphone. It's 15 modules. It covers a wide range, but things like banter versus bullying, you know, being a carer, relationship issues, financial, racism, like a huge range. So if there's any apprentices out there, or if you've got apprentices working for you, direct them to that training, because it'll really help you know, before they get to crisis point. So yeah, and there's also other training on there that's just for generally like mental health training and stuff. So really good thing to have a look at.
Yeah, and that's found by the website as well.
Yeah, if you go onto the website and just click on training, it'll show you all of the options, and it'll take you through to that site.
Yeah, and I know Electrician, you're helping us on the College Connections Roadshow, which starts again in September.
Yes.
So we'll be getting that word out there as well. And it's funny with apprentices now, because everyone calls it sort of snowflake generation, stuff like that. It's funny because although they're more willing to talk about stuff, they've got all these pressures of social media.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's horrendous in the electrical industry. Your work has to look immaculate on Instagram. Because if it's not, it's the comments that come from it.
Really? Yeah.
There's different pressures, isn't there? Everyone's,
you
see this idealised view of the world. And and it's, okay, bullying versus banter and stuff like that. There's all stuff. So.
You know, and I think with apprentices, like it's so important to them that one of the case studies is around someone whose mother was an addict, and you know, found himself homeless and having to like support his younger siblings and things like that. And you know, the biggest thing was, I just want to finish my apprenticeship so that I've got a future. You know, but he had no money, he had no home and stuff like that. So you know, I think it's a real struggle, isn't it? It's a real struggle, and anything that we can do to help is a good thing.
And people forget a trade is often a route out of poverty. A lot of people, I know when I was growing up in the northeast, I was like, wow, I need to get out of here. Cause I'd say it was tough in the north end, but it was tough in the north. and actually getting an education, getting a good career behind you.
Exactly.
Out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's, we'll fully support that. I think
amazing.
That is good. So we'll be checking out that.
Yeah.
We'll obviously be checking out the new light fittings.
Absolutely. Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah. So available now.
And we won't be asking you back to do any electrical wiring. So
he was better than me.
We've both earned a fortune on the hourly rate.
Hourly rate, yeah.
Piecework, is it? So
yeah.
We have first got to sweep up though.
Oh yeah. We did forget actually that we do ask the person who was slowest.
That's why you made me do it, isn't it?
So, you know, let's
should
just
have been a
have a
clue.
look. Actually, you got a double bonus. So obviously what we do is say, Doncaster Cable send us the cable. You use it. We put it in the green cable bin, and we recycle that cable.
Well, that's good. Sustainability.
Yeah.
Some fast cleaning up there. A lot faster than the
I don't muck about.
challenge
That was good. And that bin is actually due to empty. So what we'll do, we'll add that to Rick's total for the
yes, for the Yorkshire Three Peaks.
For the Yorkshire Three Peaks.
Amazing.
I know Ed's due to come in and collect that, wasn't it? So
we'll have to get him in before 19th of July then.
Yeah.
So is that where you strip the wire and you sell the
you
copper?
just put it in that green bin.
And it all goes?
So they basically drop the bin off.
Yeah.
You've swept it up. You've created the scrap.
Yeah.
You created more scrap. You had wire hanging out everywhere.
I mean, honestly, I can't believe you're giving me grief for this now. At the time, you were like, it's fine.
No, but you thought they're going to pay for this scrap. The more I get in that bin.
Oh, yeah.
You see, it's worked in your favour here.
Yeah. Pull it.
So, and then the guys from Green Cable just come in and pay it up and pay you straight into your bank account for your waste cable. So it's a good service for electricians who... You know, you don't have to take a trip down to the scrapyard.
Yeah.
You've got somewhere to keep it. You obviously don't advertise the fact you've got a green cable bin at the back of your house.
No.
Robbing it.
Because, someone else would help you recycle it.
Yeah, wait
for you. Generous with the money.
Yeah.
But, it's great. So I don't know how much it was last time. How much did we get last time for it?
Somewhere around the region of 230, I think.
Yeah.
230
pounds.
Oh, that'll help, Rick.
Yeah. And I was jumping on that last month, so there's even more in there to try and get more in. So, yeah, so there we go. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see where he's up to. Yeah. So again, Gary, great personal story there, and obviously he's really appreciative of the help we got there.
Yeah.
Vienna's doing great now from what I've seen. The proms cleaned Gary out this week as well.
Good.
On the old proms. And yeah, some of the great stories. You've got some other stories that we didn't show. And there was a more tear jerk. I was watching that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bryan family. They the conjoined twins, and we help them with counselling and stuff. And I think, it does show the kind of wide range of things. And that's why I say, even if you don't know if we can help, give us a call, because if we can't, we'll be able to point you in the direction of someone that can. And I think that that's my biggest ask to everyone listening is ask people if they're okay and just tell them about the charity. Help spread that word.
Can't do better than that. So
yeah.
There we go. And we are now over an hour. Totally be down. Hour 15 we've been on. Totally would fly by.
There you go. I reckon it was Bill, because he talked a lot, didn't he?
Yeah.
Would you pull that string?
I think I'll just check my list, Joe. I think we've gone through everything on here. We've done that. We've got that. We're going there. We're on to Kilimanjaro, diving in the Indonesia next year.
Tuk around Sri Lanka.
Yeah, tuk around Sri Lanka. That's a good one. That.
It's a good one, isn't it? That
So, and then
you have to do all like the mechanics as well. If you break down, you've got to fix it.
Yeah.
Maybe don't have me in your tuk then.
How many people can you even fit in?
2, I think.
Just 2.
Oh no, you get stretched versions of tuk-tuks and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think because you're racing, you probably have 2 per team,
Oh, I think with a small engine,
rules, isn't there?
You'd have to pick your weight of your team colleagues there, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd have to suss out who you're going with, actually.
Strategically.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd obviously pick someone that's really good at like engineering and technical.
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm good at motivating. And driving.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to take Bill because he'd leave the tools behind everywhere.
And the ballast as well,
So there we go. And so we're up for that, definitely. We're all found very exciting. Next time on eFix TV, I'll be on holiday, which is good. Yes,
nice.
That's good. But we are joined by the team from Met Pro, and I think you've met them recently.
I have. I did a podcast with them.
Yeah, so they're coming in to talk about some of their innovations.
Yeah.
They're all around your neck, aren't they? The Midlands.
Yeah, they're in Midlands,
West Brom, is it?
Yeah. So they're coming in to talk about some of them innovations. We'll look forward to that. But again, thank you to our
thanks for having us.
Wonderful guests.
Thanks so much. It's been a great day.
It has. We've certainly enjoyed it, and we hope to see everybody else in 2 weeks, Joe. We've got some credits.
See you then. Oh, yeah.